We're now going to begin Maseches Taanis, Perek Aleph, Mishnah Daled. So far we have discussed when you say Mashiv Baruch Amar Geshem, when you say V'sein Tal Umatu Levracha. Now the Mishnah is going to deal with what happens if, despite our tefillos, despite our asking Hashem for rain, the rain doesn't come. What do we do then? So of course we're going to still ask for rain, but is there anything else we can do to try to motivate, so to speak, Hashem to give us rain? So the Mishnah is going to deal with a series of fasts, tainios, that we do for that purpose. And that's why it's called Maseches Taanis, because it's dealing with fast days. So the Mishnah says, Higia Shivasar b'mar Cheshvan. If the 17th day of Cheshvan has arrived, V'lo yardu geshamim, and the rains didn't fall. Now, if we started asking for rain on the 3rd of Cheshvan, like the Tanakama's view in the previous Mishnah, that means we've been asking for rain for 2 weeks, from the 3rd to the 17th. If we start on the 7th, like Rabbi Gamliel says, then we've been asking for 10 days. So if the 17th of Cheshvan has come, and the rains have not fallen yet, Hischilu ha-yechidim, the yechidim, the individuals, Hischilu, began misanim, to fast, and they fasted shalosh ta'anios, 3 fasts. Now these 3 fasts are not done one day after the other. The first one's done on a Monday, then the following Thursday, and then the following Monday. When the Mishnah says individuals, it means Talmidei Chachamim, Torah scholars. They're the first ones to begin fasting. Now the Mishnah is going to tell us what restrictions are on the Talmidei Chachamim when they fast. Besides not being able to eat and drink, are there any other restrictions? So the Mishnah says, Ochlin, they may eat, Vishosin, and they may drink. Now obviously this doesn't mean they can eat and drink on the fast day, because then it wouldn't be a fast day. What the Mishnah means is, they can eat and drink Mishecha Shecha, once it gets dark. Now, that doesn't mean that they can eat and drink after the fast once it gets dark. That's obvious. What it means is the previous night, the night of the 17th, let's say that would be the first fast. They're allowed to eat and drink. The fast does not begin until the morning. Now, as you know, some fasts begin at night, Tisha B'Av, Yom Kippur, and then there are other fasts that only begin during the day. For example, Taanis Esther. So these fasts begin during the day, which is from dawn, 72 minutes before Neitz Hachama, before sunrise. So the Mishnah is saying you can eat and drink at night. Not only that, but umutarim b'malacha. They're allowed to do malacha. We know that on Shabbos you can't do 39 types of malacha, 39 types of labor, work. On Yom Kippur you can't do malacha. But on these fasts you could. Uverachitza. And they can wash. We know that on Yom Kippur you can't, but on these fasts you could. Uvesicha. And they're allowed to anoint themselves with oil. They can rub oil on their skin. You can't do that on Yom Kippur or on Tisha B'Av, but you could on these fasts. Uven ilas asando, they're allowed to wear leather shoes. You can't do that on Yom Kippur. You can't do it on Tisha B'Av, but you can do it on these fasts. Uvetash mishamita, and they're allowed to have marital relations. You can't do that on Yom Kippur. You can't do it on Tisha B'Av, but you could do it on these fasts. So these fasts are pretty lenient. There's very few things you can't do. In fact, there are only two things you can't do. You can't eat and you can't drink from dawn until Tzeitzei Kochavim. That's what the Mishnah is teaching us.